Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Allah and I teach Levantine Arabic, which is Syria, Palestine, Jordan, Lebanon. And I teach one-on-one. So if you are looking for a Levantine Arabic tutor or teacher or even MSA, you can send me an email. All my information, you can find them underneath the video. And welcome to my channel. I see lots of people have subscribed recently. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do. So that would make me motivated, and I will make more content for you. So if you want to see that, just subscribe please and like. Most likely I'm going to post this on Spotify. Yeah, so welcome as well. Like if you are on Spotify and you're not on my YouTube, just do it please. Anyway, so on my Spotify, my podcast, I had a survey and I asked some questions. One of the questions is, if you are interested in learning Arabic language, why you have not learned it yet, or why you have not started, or what is stopping you. Some of the people said it is hard. So my question is, why you think it's hard? Have you started? What's hard about it? Do you have an experience, or you just heard it? Because it's really common, like lots of people without even knowing the language, they say, oh my God, Arabic is a hard one. Like, why you say this? How do you know? So then I searched YouTube and checked like Arabic, learning Arabic hard or easy, and I found the video was really good. And it had the guy who was on the who talked, he had so many different points. So I posted his link underneath my video. They obviously don't need me to post their videos. They have like 194,000 viewers. So they're not waiting for me to post their video. But like if you want to watch it, and because I'm gonna make it like I'm gonna respond to everything he said. I'm gonna respond to everything he said in his video. My opinion as a teacher and as a native speaker, I'm gonna respond to everything he said. So the link is underneath the video. If you wanna, like, I'm gonna go by order. So if you wanna like watch his video first and then come back to my video, or you wanna watch them together, or you just wanna watch my video, you're welcome to do that. So yes, so I will start now. Obviously this guy, he learned Arabic in a university or a school, 100%. He did not learn it he did not learn the language as spoken Arabic. He learned MSA just by me listening to his points, his knowledge about the language. He's talking about MSA, or he learned MSA. He started with MSA. And that is harder. Learning MSA is much harder, much challenging. So this is why his point is Arabic is hard, and he explains why. So everything he explained is, again, coming from MSA. Now the first point, he said the structure of the language, the order of the words in Arabic is different than English, and it's like they speak differently. Now before actually I start talking about the first point, I did watch other videos and people compare Arabic to Chinese. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Arabic is something and Chinese something else. Don't compare Arabic to Chinese. I mean, I heard one of the languages, they don't even write words by letters. They write them by how they look or something. Don't compare Arabic to anything. That's it. Let's go back to the first sentence. So first point. So the structure of the words. Now, every language has a different structure. It's not like you have a sentence in English and you're gonna literally translate the sentence. It's gonna be in Arabic, in French, in Italian. Like it's gonna be exactly the same as English, but same order, but different words. That's not how it works. I'm pretty sure other languages, they have their own orders as well. Now, his example was the red ball that I watched hit the wall. So he said, like, a sentence like this is going to be a different order in Arabic, and his order was, I watched the red ball which I saw hit the wall. Now, when you have a sentence, you will have so many different ways to say it. And if I want to say his sentence, the English one, in Arabic, I'm going to actually say it exactly the same way in English. I'm not going to change the order. Now, the reason he changed the order is because in MSA, yes, you do have to change the order. And if I want to use MSA words, that there are different words in MSA compared with spoken Arabic, yeah, it won't make any sense. But spoken Arabic, no, I'm not going to change the order of the words. Now, I'm going to say the sentence he said, the red ball that I watched hit the wall. Now in Arabic, I would say الكرة الحمراء اللي شفتها ضربت الحيط. I literally said everything the same order as in English. I did not change anything. The only thing I changed is a noun adjective. I'm going to go over this in a second. Now, the sentence he said, that's how you should say it in Arabic, is I watched the red ball which I saw hit the wall. شفت الكرة الحمراء اللي شفتها ضربت الحيط. Now, in spoken Arabic, this sentence doesn't make a lot of sense. This is like an example how MSA is different than spoken Arabic, structure is different. So it's actually your choice. If you want to learn MSA, yes, it is hard. But if you want to learn spoken Arabic, it's really simple. It's not as hard. So when I said his sentence in Arabic, in spoken Arabic, did not make a lot of sense. If I want to say it in MSA, it does make sense. It is the correct way. So أنا شفت I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say in MSA. I watched the red ball which I saw hit the wall. أنا رأيت الكرة الحمراء التي رأيتها تضرب الحيط. I'm not sure if I use all the correct words in MSA, but yes, that makes more sense in MSA. I hope you got the point here. Now, the only thing is about the order, which is major, is when you say something like red ball in Arabic, in English, I mean, in Arabic, you have to switch it. You say the noun and then the adjective. Ball, red. So that's a major thing. That's you should know. And this is the main thing. Other than that, it's just like maybe you will add words here and there, but it's not always about the order. It's just remember, it's a different language. So that's the first point he mentioned. I hope it helps. But remember, so many things in English, you're just gonna translate them to Arabic. I do this all the time. And sometimes I translate Arabic to English, and this is why actually when you speak with non-native speakers in English, you speak with people who English is not their first language, people who English is not their first language, you might understand them, but you say they said it in a weird way. And that happens with Russian, with Arabic, with Italian, with whatever. It's just because it's always like it's different order. It's a different language. So it's not that difference. Now the next one he talked about is pronunciation. Yes, I agree with him. We have some letters that the pronunciation is slightly hard. We use the throat a lot. We have ain, we have ha, we have kha, we have gha. Yes, we do. Sometimes they need tongue twisting, as some students say. Yes, it is a little hard, but with practice, with repeating, you don't have to make it perfect as long as you are close to how you should say it. But it just comes with practice. Yes, it's not the easiest to pronounce some of the letters. Now, the next thing he talked about is lots of grammar. Again, it's MSA. He's talking about MSA. Now, some of the things he talked about is nominative and genitive and passive and active. Like there is passive and active in English as well. Now, the things he talked about, like all these different grammar he mentioned, many of them we don't use in spoken Arabic. We don't care about them. We don't use them if you are interested in spoken Arabic. And they are hard even for native speakers. They are challenging even for native speakers. We don't use them um, in spoken Arabic. Like some of the things he explained, like because I want to be very specific, I want to be um, go over everything. So one of the things is like making the word smaller, like kitab, book, and then you want to talk about smaller book, you would say kutayib, or Jabal, mountain, Jubayel, like a smaller mountain. This is all MSA. We have nothing to do with it. If I want to say small book, I'll just say kitab صغير. I won't say kutayib. So these are even words we don't use in MSA. So this is just like lots of grammar, yes, but only MSA, not in um, spoken Arabic. So I got actually like all the notes right here so I don't forget anything, and I hope I don't. Otherwise, I'll repeat all the video. I've been preparing for this for like a couple of hours before I started. Anyway, now he's talking about suffixes, possessive suffixes, like when you say in English, my book, in Arabic, it's going to be like a letter you add to the word. Yeah, and it's easy. I always teach this in the beginning, and my students just get it like this. It's really easy. It's just like 8 letters you have to remember. They are kind of similar, and they just make the word easier. It's just a different style of saying my book. It's a different language, but it's not challenging. It's the easiest thing in Arabic, and I see it with my students. I'm not just saying. It's like it's not hard. So it's just a different style. It's a different language. Now, he talked about the root of the word, like in Arabic. It's very heavy. Now, before I go over this one, I'm going to go over the vowels. Um, so, no vowels in written Arabic. So, yes, when I start teaching my students reading and writing, and then they have to read the word and does not have the movements, if you know them, like fatha, dhamma, kasra, the a, u, e. So, it's basically like no directions there. They have no directions to help them know how to say the word. Um, so they will be guessing like how I'm gonna go like like how I'm gonna say the word if I don't have directions. I just see letters. So yes. So in the beginning, well, if you learn it in the right way, like the teacher is not gonna throw some words for you and say, hey, read them. No, you will like start slowly, you'll practice, and you will have movements in the beginning, and then it will happen naturally. Like, and it's not gonna be like extreme difference from how the actual word is when you say it. It just doesn't really like you're not gonna go too far when like different when you say the word with no movements. But it comes with practice. If you practice right and just learning vocabularies, and it's gonna get easier. Um, Now the other one is the roots. Now the roots are kind of um, it depends on how you look at them. They might be easy or hard. Now, the root is like his example is we have a word, a verb. It's a 3 letters, right? And from these letters, you will have or hear or learn so many different forms. You will learn like noun, verbs, adjective, subject, like so many different forms of this word, 3 letters. You will learn so many things. Now, if you want to look at it in a positive way, in an easy way, you would say, if you hear a sentence in Arabic, um, and you heard a word, you might like be able to guess what this word means in the sentence, because if you know the root, you will like understand the word in the sentence based on the context, like um you like, you know, what you're guessing, like it's reading practice, you know, like I heard a sentence and I know the root of this word, so I'm guessing she meant this word, like, because, you know, for example, like the word daras, he mentioned daras, which means to study. That's a verb. We have daras, madrase, drase, mudarris, mudarse, and all the verbs. So if I said كيف كانت المدرسة. Now, if you are comfortable with the roots, so you think about the sentence, it already has a verb, which is كانت. So I'm assuming, and you go to school, so maybe you will make an assumption or a educational assumption that this word means a school. Maybe like after you get comfortable with the language. So this might help you. Um, Now he said like درست درستي درسوا. Now he's making it really complicated because when I talk about the root of the word, I won't say درست درستي درستوا درسوا, because these three words, if you listen to his video, these three words are all past tense, but they are different based on who you're talking to. You're talking to you male, you female, you group, and it's all past tense. So if your teacher is a good teacher, she will give you charts explaining each verb by itself, each form by each, like present tense, past tense. She gives you the forms and you just learn them and then you go from there. It's not like you have to remember the words and each word is different. No, these are a group together. Just learn the forms and it's gonna be the same for everything else. So the rest, this is just past tense, and you just have to remember about 8 forms for past tense, and that's it. It's gonna be the same for all words. That's it. It's one group. And then there's another group, present tense. You just remember this group for all verbs. So when I, like, me as a native speaker, when I talk about the root, I don't talk about the root for past tense group and present tense group. Instead, I would talk about madrasa, which means school. Daras is the verb, which is a big word for present tense, past tense. It includes everything. I will talk about mudarris, which means teacher, a male, mudarsa, teacher, female. And this is the thing. Now, mudarris, you just need to know the word mudarris, learn the vocabulary, and then you learn that feminine is going to be a marbuta. So you would say mudarris, mudarsa. So if you learn the thing, it's easy like to follow with it, like do it with, you know, with different words. So you just have to learn. It's not like you want to learn mudarris and mudarsa. You just have to learn that masculine, you leave the word as it is, feminine, you add the ha marbuta. So when you hear the word mudarris means a teacher, you will automatically like say, okay, a female teacher is going to be mudarsa because I'm adding ha marbuta. Now, when he said darasta, darasti, darasu, I'll be like, okay, the word is daras, but if I want to do it past tense, you know all the forms, so you will be like, okay, I know how to say it for you male, darasti, how to say it for a male, like you male is darasit, because you know the umbrella, you know all the past tense, the 8 forms, and you'll just do it just following the chart, you know, it's gonna be easy. So, yeah, so this is what I think. Now, in the next video, I'm going to explain to you, because your teacher plays a big role in how you learn the language. If she's gonna or he is gonna teach you um, just words and sentences and you just repeat, like the word deresta, she's gonna teach you the past tense for deres is deresta, and you learn past tense for deres is deresta. And then, okay, let's learn another word, lab. The past tense for lab is lab, lab. And the past tense for she, labat. And then you just have to memorize this. Excuse me, that's very hard. So your teacher plays a big role in how you learn the language and how easy it is. Now, I hope this helps. The next video I'm gonna do, like I am sitting today, I'm gonna do a few videos today. I'm not gonna post them all at the same time, but this is the first hours of my day. The day just started. I'm gonna post a couple of videos. The next one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the tips to learn the language smoothly and easily. Because if you don't learn it right, if you don't make good decisions, good choices, it's gonna be very challenging. It's gonna be very hard. So I'm gonna go over different tips and help you with, yeah, different tips and how to think about it so you can learn it in a very easy and smooth way. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful. Subscribe, like, and I will see you next time. Thank you.